What's up, y'all? I'm Jordy, and today we're using a size spam team featuring Mega Meowstic and Life Orb Farigiraf. This team was sent to me by a friend of mine. They go by Zeezus in game, and it has some crazy picks. First of all, Mega Meowstic, and we're using the male form. The male form has Prankster in base, so what you can do is you can use Fake Out with Meowstic and set up Trick Room with Farigiraf. Pretty simple lead. Then, because you still kept Prankster, you can set Psychic Terrain with priority, allowing it to move before Farigiraf, set the Psychic Terrain, and then Expanding Force becomes a 120 power spread move, which is then boosted by the Psychic Terrain an additional 30%. And we've got Life Orb on this Farigiraf, and we've got nearly max special attack on this Farigiraf, so this thing can hit. People will not be expecting that. And then once you've got that all set up, you also have Expanding Force on the Meowstic, which you can start spamming. You do gain a little bit of speed when you Mega Evolve, so you might have to play around with that. It's at 124 here, and I think it gains 20 points when it Mega Evolves, so you might have to know your speed numbers when you're playing with that. But that means you can also use this team outside of Trick Room, because we also have a max speed Tauros-Aqua breed. Aqua breed Tauros with Raging Bolt, it can break screens, it's a pretty decent physical water move. And we also have Rock Slide in close combat. Rock Slide is obviously for Charizards, and with Expert Belt, it's going to be hard for them to survive those hits. And the rest of the team, it's just support under Trick Room. Torkoal, the best Trick Room Pokemon there is. Sylveon, one of the best Trick Room Pokemon there is. And this one has a couple points in speed just to avoid speed ties with Farigiraf. And then finally, King Gambit. King Gambit on the original team has Protect and 3 attacks. But it doesn't have Sucker Punch because most of the time you're going to be in Psychic Terrain. When I play this team, I'm going to change this King Gambit slightly. I'm going to get rid of Protect for Sucker Punch and put a little bit more in physical defense. That allows it to have a better chance against Adamant Sneaslers, though I don't know how often that's going to come up. But also, I like to have Sucker Punch, and maybe I don't always set Psychic Terrain. But anyways, super excited to try this off-meta team. Let's jump into it. Alright, that is Charizard, Venusaur, Garchomp, Aerodactyl, Sylveon, Incineroar. Classic stuff. Incineroar is the really only thing stopping Psy Spam, so how about some Psy Spam? How could they get around it? If it's the newfangled Helping Hand Charizard Life Orb Venusaur, maybe they can take us out and prevent Trick Room that way. Something like a Charizard Sylveon lead would also be kind of scary. So much special aggression. But I like trying to go Psy Spam. And then against the Incineroar, I want Sylveon. Do I want Tauros, I guess is my question. Tauros is pretty good into everything not named Sylveon. Okay, the Venusaur is awkward. I guess it resists both of our stabs. They don't have anything that takes advantage of Intimidate. Might be fine, like, after Trick Room's over, or if we don't get Trick Room. Like, I don't want to full commit. Torkoal would be not bad here, but they do have a lot of resists. And with 2 Psychic types, I feel like we can handle Venusaur. This could obviously get out of hand. They've got a very good team. Electric type Elite Four member. Do you have an electric type? Venusaur, Sylveon. Alright, we gotta fight Hyper Beam and we gotta fight Sleep Powder. And we gotta fight connection issues. My internet seems fine, yeah, okay. Must be on their end. I would like to keep Prankster so I can set Psy Terrain next turn. I need to choose whether I face the threat of Sleep Powder or Hyper Beam. I'm gonna fake out the Sylveon and set up Trick Room. We could have to deal with Sleep Powders. Or we can just dodge. Perfect. Let's see. That's exactly what I wanted. Maybe I should have just been Sap Sipper, and then I wouldn't have to worry about this at all. Beautiful. All right. Prankster Psychic Terrain. And I was hitting the R button. I was thinking I could go Terra Psychic here. That's kind of that's what I'm used to. All right, Expanding Force. You can bring in an Incineroar if you have one. Venusaur protects. That's fine. Your Sylveon is not protecting. That's expected. You wouldn't risk a Hyper Beam here. It's just going to be Hyper Voice. And some really good damage on Sylveon. You're not getting to use that again. Lovely. Now Venusaur should be around 132 speed. If it's like modest 32. So I'm currently slower, but if I Mega Evolve, I'll become faster. So I can't Mega Evolve right now. But I want to attack with both. Even though it kind of invites an Incineroar in. Because I'm worried about Focus Sash Venusaur. They do have Sleep Powder, so they're pretty likely Focus Sash. Oh, it's Garchomp. Ooh. Yeah, go ahead and alternate protects. I'm using spread moves, whatever. And I have a plan for when Trick Room ends anyway. Let's go Farigiraf. Woo-hoo-hoo! Ever seen a Farigiraf do that much damage to a Garchomp? I haven't. And I figured I only needed a little bit of damage there. It was either Incineroar coming in or picking off the Focus Sash on Venusaur. Didn't need any special attack boosts. Alright. Who else you got? If it's Venusaur, I mean, all you can do is protect with that. Yeah, okay. Trick Room is 2 more turns, so I mean, you're never getting around it. Expanding Force, Expanding Force. Go for a double protect on Sylveon. That makes sense, and you protect Venusaur. Okay. This tells me you wanted Sylveon to stay on the field. So you're not doing this to try to get a swap for something next to Venusaur. I mean, I would expect Charizard. But Charizard can successfully protect, I guess. So what's my plan for when they get the double protect? If it's just Charizard left, we're fine, because Tauros just wins. But if they get the double protect on Venusaur here, we're in a little bit of trouble. And if they Mega Evolve their Charizard, but I Mega Evolve Meowstic, I could accidentally get Chlorophyll. I don't want that right now. Okay, if Venusaur got the double protect, I would Mega Evolve and try to trace their Chlorophyll. But I think we should be good. Were you Focus Sash this whole time? No. Okay, so I should have been. I could have swapped into one of my other threats this whole time. Bringing in Sylveon would have been nice, but this is fine. Alright, Trick Room's over. I will take the speed boost now. Try to hit an Expanding Force. And might as well be another Expanding Force. I don't want Trick Room anymore. Because Tauros, at worst, is a speed tie, but most Charizards are not max speed. So I should be faster than Charizard. Now the Meowstic, it could go either way. It depends on how much speed they have invested. They were faster than my base form, but you gain like 20 points in speed when you Mega Evolve. And this Drought will do nothing. It would have been nice to go first and get Solar Power or something. Alright, we are faster. That's awesome. Ah, so close. But that extra damage means we're 100% good. I don't even have to go for the Rock Slide, which can miss. I can go for Raging Bull, and if they win a Speed Time Solar Beam, we've got Sylveon right there. No big deal. Nice. Expanding Force worked. Here's Hyper the Beaming, who unfortunately won't be Hyper Beaming here. Just Hyper Voice. And Raging Bull. Just because I don't want to miss. Alright, yeah, surely we're faster. No one runs max speed Charizard. And you took that Expanding Force, so I'm thinking you have some bulk. That was single target. Alright, good game. Alright, King Gambit on their side, their own Farigiraf, their own Sylveon too, with Garchomp, Charizard, and Aerodactyl. Trick Room is not super easy to get. Fake Out can be blocked by their Farigiraf. Plus, Size Spam is not the worst. We do have to worry about King Gambit though. So, I don't hate Tauros, really. The Rock Slide could be really good. Yeah, it's a tough one. Getting Trick Room up would be fantastic, honestly, if we could go that route. I think I'm not going to go that route, though. I'm going to give Urshifu, a try here. Lead Meowstic. We're pretty threatening to the King Gambit. Having a Fake Out wouldn't be the worst. What do I fear a little bit? I do fear King Gambit a little bit. Aerodactyl, maybe. Aerodactyl plus Charizard could be awkward. So maybe I do want the Meowstic. Along with King Gambit and perhaps Farigiraf. Nah, let's do Sylveon. Okay, so we're not going Trick Room. They're going to have the speed control for the most part. Armons aren't like super slow, but they have some pretty fast ones. Aerodactyl and King Gambit. Alright, well the Aerodactyl is intimidated, which is nice. And there's a Defiant boost for you. Alright, you're scared of my close combat, surely. So perhaps I can get off a Raging Bull and just Fake Out your King Gambit. Do I want to set up Psychic Terrain? Would I like either of their abilities? They're really only the only ability I would want from their side of the field. There isn't really any. I think I'm happy to just Fake Out King Gambit here. Alright, it is Mega Aerodactyl, so it can still put some hurt on our Tauros. But at -1, I'm hoping that doesn't do too much. Alright, King Gambit doesn't protect. And they do go with Dual Wing Beat, but at -1 we're able to hang on to that. Beautiful. And then Raging Bull. Boom, Expert Belt boosted, so yeah, you're out of here. Alright, we took out their Mega with 2 Mons you never see. We are kind of low on our Tauros. I wonder if they would go for a Sucker Punch, because we can block that with our Psychic Terrain. That might be worthwhile, honestly. Yeah, I'm going to rip Close Combat and set up Psychic Terrain. Because we're faster than King Gambit, we should be able to get up the terrain before their Sucker Punch goes off, which should block it. But we need to keep our Prankster in order to do that. Yeah. So it could also be Quick Attack from the Sylveon. Yeah, there it is. Nope. Blocked. Alright, not a Sucker Punch, but... Are you... Yeah, you're gone, because there was no Chople Berry, and we broke your Sash if you had that. That's somewhat common on Tailwind teams. Goodbye. Oh, now my cat's attacking her bag of food. Get out of there. Alright. Who'd they send in? Garchomp? Oh, that's fine. They are faster than Tauros. We have our Sylveon in the back, which is very nice, though. I'm gonna rip Raging Bull into Sylveon just for some extra damage. And finally, Mega Evolve and click Expanding Force. The Tauros is probably just going down, but I do like this Expanding Force damage. Could be a Protect from Sylveon plus Earthquake, maybe? Rough Skin might help us. It's better than Pixilate, I guess. More likely to come up than Pixilate. We don't have a normal move we can use Pixilate with. Alright, there's their Earthquake. They are, in fact, faster than our Meowstic. And they do a ton of damage to our Meowstic, so... Alright, no more Meowstic after this. Life Orb Garchomp, though. I mean, are we able to get this KO? That'd be crazy, right? Ooh, almost. How much terrain is left? 3 turns? I think I'm gonna go Sylveon. I want to be able to eventually Sucker Punch, so I'm going to just double protect this turn. Most likely having the slower Sylveon could be a problem. Okay, they're just going for Rock Slide. Rock Slide plus Hyper Voice. I don't expect that to be able to knock out our Sylveon. I could see Protect Earthquake here. But that wouldn't be bad. So yeah, let's Hyper Voice and Expanding Force here. Oh yeah, that doesn't even take out Meowstic. Beautiful. You're gonna need a flinch here. Oh, you got the flinch. But yeah, we should still be good, even despite that flinch. Oh, not anymore. Flinching both is not okay. Last turn of Psychic Terrain. I don't have Protect on King Gambit. Is it possible they would go Earthquake Hyper Voice? Because I think doubling into King Gambit is necessary to knock it out. I'm going to protect Sylveon and just go for Iron Head onto theirs. Okay, yeah, if they're just going to Earthquake and not attack with Sylveon, I think we're okay. Because they'll knock themselves out to Life Orb Recoil, and we have a decent chunk of physical defense, so I think we take this. Despite their Life Orb. Yeah. Good. And then our Sylveon, we took a Hyper Voice, and we took a Rock Slide, and we've got this much health left. They've got full health. I believe they're faster. It's Hyper Voice to take out our King Gambit, and then another Hyper Voice next turn. So what we need to do is we need to lock Hyper Beam and Sucker Punch. Yeah, I think that'll probably be enough. Whew, that's some good chip. That's definitely Hyper Beam range there. Thanks for the crit, King Gambit. Hyper Voice. Yeah, it does. Okay, it does exactly what I expected it to. There's no way we would take another one, so we have to commit. No! Oh, that's what we get for being leftovers instead of Fairy Feather, I guess. Dang. So if the crit had gone the other way and was on Hyper Beam instead of the Sucker Punch, we would have had it. Good game to my opponent. That was a close one. It was a good game. GG's. Okay, Floette team, Whimsicott, King Gambit, Garchomp, Basculegion, Charizard. One Dark type. Probably shows up, I would think. Size Spam's not terrible here. What do they have to really stop Trick Room? They could bring Basculegion. They could... Oh, they could lead like King Gambit plus some special nuke, and then I can't fake out both. Might have to play some games if that's the case. I kind of like going full Trick Room with Torkoal and Sylveon, but that could be severely punished if Trick Room doesn't fully work out, so I think I need one of them to be King Gambit. Then I'd probably rather have Sylveon King Gambit. Right? I don't know, Torkoal's pretty good too. Weakening the damage from Wave Crash alone. Oh, really hard call. Yeah, this is what I'm going to go with. There is one ability I would really like to grab, and that's Adaptability, but I don't know if that's going to work out. Basculegion King Gambit, okay. Hello, King Gambit. Guess I fake out the King Gambit and go for Trick Room, right? Is Wave Crash going to be enough to take us out? We've got physical defense. We're pretty tanky. I don't think you can do it. Would you be Mystic Water on this team? Oh, you could be Life Orb on this team. Garchomp's more likely. I do want to set up Trick Room regardless. So, I mean, do your worst. This is gonna hurt. Oh, into the cat. Oh! I lose my Mega, but I get a free switch into Torkoal under Trick Room? I'll take that deal. No big deal. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Okay. I can work with this. Yeah, now the biggest question is Sash King Gambit? %, this is an Eruption, no question about it. Question is which move I click here. King Gambit could protect... Oh, you don't have Sash because I broke it. Okay, so I'm fine. Eruption 100% eliminates that. You could swap in Charizard or Garchomp. Meh. I'm gonna Expanding Force into this Basculegion. Yeah, King Gambit has Protect. I assume your Basculegion does too, unless you're Scarf on this team. Oh, I guess you're Scarf. Okay. That gives me some momentum. I'll take it. I think Dazzling Gleam probably would have done it anyway. Probably because they're Scarf set, they're not as bulky. But also my Life Orb Farigiraf calcs are not finely tuned. Like, in my head, it's hard to figure out exactly how much it's supposed to do. Eruption, obviously. Expanding Force is 80 with Stab, 120. Dazzling Gleam, assuming somehow the other slot is still alive, would be reduced to 60 super effective 120. So it's the same damage if it's spread, but more damage if I take out King Gambit. So yeah, Gleam. Yeah, it makes sense. They're going to swap to something that can live one Eruption. Yeah, now my Gleam is still spread, but this is going to be some good damage. Whew! Half of Charizard. Garchomp's going to be super low if it should live this, right? Nope! Oh boy. Oh, we crit the Garchomp. Okay, yeah. I don't know. Life Orb? Dazzling Gleam? Someone do the calc there. You saw how much it took from Eruption. Oh, and your solar power. That's not good for you. Though you were in Eruption range anyway. 2 turns of Trick Room left? Wow. It's Eruption Gleam this turn. And then it's... I think it's switching King Gambit Eruption next turn. You have to Mega Evolve here so you stop taking solar power. Chip. I think you're usually supposed to just run Blaze on base Charizard so that situation doesn't come up. But like, yeah, sometimes you can take advantage of the sun and be stronger. My one fear is them calling Farigiraf swap and sucker punching my Torkoal to weaken my Eruption, but even then, it's still going to be enough to take out their Charizard, I would think. Because what that swap covers for is them getting a double protect on both. Then I have sucker punch pressure into their Charizard. Because if they double protect here and then have both of those bonds with speed control, that would be dangerous, but... Okay, looks like they only get it with Charizard, that's fine. Yeah, I definitely think they messed up on turn 1, taking out my Meowstic. Though, I guess it's a Meowstic, you don't know what it's gonna do. It was hard to probably predict what was happening, so... Yep, good game. Alright, Meowstic posing that threat. That's how it won. GG. Oh, we're fighting Trainer. They're hiding their name because they think they're really good and don't want to reveal the world's tech. That's Trick Room. We're also Trick Room. We have a Torkoal. Our Torkoal does not have Earth Power for their Camerupt, but Mega Camerupt and Torkoal have the same base speed. So there could be a 3-way speed tie going on here. It might be better for me to not have Trick Room. I need Farigiraf for sure to counter their Fake Out turn 1. Whether or not I set Trick Room, unsure whether I should or not. Tauros is like... It's iffy. If we can keep Trick Room off the field, we can do a lot of damage to a lot of Pokemon. But also their Farigiraf could probably just one-shot us. And if they have Incineroar, we're not doing much damage. I wonder if Tauros is like a better late game mon then. Fight over the Trick Room. Maybe throw some Psy Spam. Psy Spam isn't bad here. Have Tauros. It's awkward to not have Torkoal. I kind of need Torkoal. But I kind of want Sylveon. You know what? We have Tauros specifically for the Incineroar, so maybe we can get through it this way. Torkoal is our insurance in case Trick Room is just happening and we can't do anything about it. It's very awkward fighting Trick Room versus Trick Room, as you can see. Kangaskhan for Rick? Okay. Sure. Well, you can't fake us out. That's nice. I think I'm gonna just go for Expanding Force and put Psychic Terrain up? Yeah, that's just play offensive. Okay, they went for Fake Out. To me, that screams that they're a Last Resort set. You have to click Fake Out if you have Last Resort as your only other move. So even though they did it in front of Farigiraf, they really had no choice. And now they're setting up Trick Room. Okay. So here's where what? Do I try to reset the Trick Room? No. I can't let Kangaskhan get off an attack, so I have to attack. I think I'll go with... What's stronger, half an Expanding Force or a Gleam? That's like, what, 120 spread with Stab? It's not... That's more damage to the Farigiraf. Yeah, I have to take out Kangaskhan. I don't really have a choice. But I want to cover my bases in case there's an Incineroar. I'm gonna Gleam and click Expanding Force. They are Iron Ball Kangaskhan, and they're not Last Resort. Oh, they imprisoned so I couldn't reset Trick Room. Alright, and we actually weren't strong enough after that Drain Punch. Why did they go for Fake Out if you're not Last Resort? You know what Farigiraf does. You have one. Okay. They're just being a silly Billy, I guess. Alright, first let's check if I'm allowed to Protect. Alright, they have Protect on their Farigiraf. That sucks so hard. Who has better special defense? 181, 101 versus 130, 90. It's the cat. I think I just need to attack with both and get my Torkoal in. I'm going to Mega Evolve. No reason not to. I'm going to be the fastest thing on the field anyway. Might as well be stronger. And does it get special defense when it Mega Evolves? I hope so. I'm going to need it. Oh, Drought. Yay. The one I didn't need. Well, we live the Eruption, but it's likely a double in. Psychic on Terrain probably does it. Yeah. Alright, Torkoal, it's all up to you. Not their Torkoal, our Torkoal. Well, it's up to whichever Torkoal goes first. Whichever Torkoal moves first is probably winning this whole game. And I'm unable to protect still because of the Farigiraf, which is awkward to say the least. Is it Rock Slide or is it Raging Bull? 150 close. 135 versus 150 and a 90 and 100 accuracy. I don't feel like lowering my special defense. 2 turns of Trick Room. I can protect next turn if I'm still alive, which I should be. I'm going to go for the Raging Bull for guaranteed damage. And just click Eruption. I can't do anything else. You know, Farigiraf used Protect. That makes sense. Now I can't protect my Tauros next turn. But I get the Eruption first. That's huge. That's massive. Especially if they went for Eruption. Which they did. Beautiful. That's going to do way less damage now. Oh, that does nothing. Alright, that speed tie was huge. Ah, 2%. Well, as with the spread reduction, I was calculating if I took out Farigiraf, so with the spread reduction, that's correct. Torkoal wins the speed tie here. We basically win the game. What move do I lock into? Who could they have in the back? Honestly, Raging Bull's fine. And I still need Eruption. I need to click a spread move here. Even if it's relatively weak, it should still be able to take out Farigiraf and 2% on Torkoal. Oh, if we're gone, though, it doesn't. Well, we lost that speed tie. We win one, you lose one. You know what? Fair enough. Oh, good game. Imprison, Protect, Psychic, Trick Room. Weird for Farigiraf, but it worked out. GG. Alright, we're back. This was super fun. We got a couple wins. We got a couple really close losses. Just great battles across the board. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like on this video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But anyways, I'm Jordy. And, alright. Peace.